Let's talk about enterprise IT. Does your company's system ever feel like this, just a tangled mess where nobody's really sure how anything works anymore? Well, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to dig into something called architecture as code. It's a really powerful way to take all that chaos and turn it into clarity. The big idea is to stop treating your system diagrams like static pictures and start treating them like living, intelligent code. Okay, so to get us started, I want you to stick with me on this analogy, because it's a little wild. Microbiome mats. Yeah, you heard that right. These were some of the first forms of life on Earth. Basically, a simple stack of bacteria where different layers did different jobs. And you know what? They worked, but they never really evolved. And for a lot of us in tech, that sounds just a little too familiar, doesn't it?
So, what does being a microbial mat actually feel like inside a company? Well, it looks a lot like this. You've got teams working in their own little worlds, using their own informal rules. All the important knowledge is passed down like folklore. It's completely tribal. And the scariest part? Nobody, not a single person, has the complete picture of how everything fits together.
And this, right here, is the core of the problem we're talking about, the IT microbial mat. It's a system that chugs along, it does just enough to get by, but it's fundamentally stuck. It can't adapt, it can't evolve, and getting a truly holistic view is pretty much impossible. Now, if you really want to understand the cost of this problem, just look at this number, 200 plus. What in the world could that possibly be referring to?
That number, that was the number of people, including senior VPs, on one single troubleshooting call. And the problem? A critical database needed a simple restart, and nobody knew who had the authority to do it. I mean, this isn't just inefficient, it's a massive symptom of a deeply broken and incredibly expensive system.
So, if our IT is a microbial mat, how do we evolve? How do we break out of being stuck? This is where the whole as-code philosophy comes into play. It's all about treating our architecture not as some static picture in a forgotten wiki, but as a living, breathing software asset. It's the evolutionary leap we've been waiting for.
So let's get on the same page. When we say architecture, what are we really talking about? Well, put simply, it's the blueprint of your system. It's all the pieces, how they're connected to each other, and all the rules that govern how they behave. It is the fundamental structure of your digital world.
So, what does as code actually mean in practice? It means we take all that logic you see in a visual diagram and we describe it in a simple text file. Now, because it's text, that file can be versioned, it can be tracked, and it can be understood by a computer. The real magic happens when you connect that text-based model back to our diagrams. So the pictures are no longer just pictures, they become windows into a live, intelligent model of our entire system.
Okay, this all sounds pretty powerful, right? But how does it actually work? How do we go from a simple drawing on a whiteboard to a fully interactive, documented system? Let's walk through the actual process. It all starts with capturing knowledge. First, you create a simple dictionary of terms. You define what a server is, or an API, or a database in your specific world. That's your meta model. Then you start pulling in data from everywhere, from existing diagrams, configuration files, even live systems. All of this gets poured into a central brain, which can then generate all sorts of useful stuff for both humans, like dashboards, and for machines, like APIs.
And here's the payoff. Once all that knowledge is structured and in one place, you unlock some incredible capabilities. We're talking about generating any diagram you need on the fly, building interactive websites straight from your models, and even allowing an AI to safely understand and operate on your systems. It's a game changer.
Okay, the technology is really cool, but let's connect this back to the real world for a second. Why should a business actually invest time and money into this? What are the tangible problems that this solves?
Well, this approach hits some of the most expensive problems in IT head-on. Onboarding a new engineer can go from taking weeks to just a few days because all the information is right there, clear and accessible. Working with vendors gets so much better because you have a shared, unambiguous source of truth. And hey, remember that 200-person call? With live, searchable documentation, that would have been a 5-minute fix.
So where does all this lead? I mean, this isn't just about documenting one system a little bit better. The ultimate goal here is to build a completely new way of understanding the entire organization. The big mission, really, is to build a bridge. It's a bridge between us, the humans with all this complex knowledge locked away in our heads, and the machines that need structured data to actually help us. By capturing our human knowledge in diagrams and text, and then enriching it with live data from our systems,
we can finally make it useful for both people and for AI.
And this is the end game. The individual models from different teams and systems, they don't stay in their silos anymore. They get federated or combined into a single holistic model of the entire enterprise. Just imagine being able to ask a complex question about your infrastructure and getting an instant, accurate answer, or seeing the live status of your components right there on an architecture diagram. That is the power of a truly connected system. So we end with this question, which brings us right back to where we started. I want you to take a hard, honest look at your organization's IT. Is it a microbial mat, stuck in time, held together by whispers and tribal knowledge? Or is it a truly evolving system, ready to handle the complexity of the future? Architecture as code might just be the key you need to make that leap.